Up. That means that we are Facebook Live. I will call this meeting to order. This is a special call meeting of the Mayor and Board of Aldermen of the City of Starkville for March 26, 2024, and I will read the call for the meeting in accordance with the provisions of Section 21-3-21 of the Mississippi Code of 1972. As amended, Mayor D. Lynn Spruill does hereby give notice of a special call meeting of the Mayor and Board of Aldermen of the City of Starkville to meet on Tuesday, March 26, 2024 at 10:30 a.m. in the Starkville second floor conference room of the Starkville City Hall located at 110 West Main Street, Starkville, Mississippi 39759, duly signed by me. Specific subject of the meeting is as follows. One, consideration of a resolution to support a local and private to allow for city water services to be provided within the city limits of the City of Starkville if an existing water association is unable to provide such service or if the Public Service Commission makes such a finding. And two is consideration of a resolution seeking a STAG grant funding for improvements to the water system to include funding for a well and infrastructure to support the treatment plant and supply lines. And this notice was executed. Ms. Harden got notice. Oh, there's Alderman Sistrunk. Got notice that everyone would be here and we're aware. So let me tell you why we were having to have a special call. In particular, Representative Robertson is presenting this local and private, and he needed us to have this resolution available to him as he makes his presentation and support for it. And then secondarily, the resolution for the STAG grant came about. Apparently, there is some funding out there that goes with the Drinking Water Act as opposed to the Clean Water Act. And so we wanted to see if we could get funding for that, and that deadline is today, as I understand it, 5 o'clock. I presume 5 o'clock today. Perhaps it's midnight. I'm not sure. And so both those items were here because of the timeliness of it and the need for us to act in short order. And so, but for that, we would certainly have left it to a regular meeting. But since we were having a work session anyway and it had been planned, I thought this would be an opportunity for us to take both of those up. And I think everybody got sent the resolutions associated with it. The local and private, Representative Robertson is obviously down at the Capitol right now, but this is intended for us to be able to potentially serve areas that are not being served right now for whatever reason that the association is unable to do so, whether it is lack of pressure, lack of capability, whatever. Anyway, this would allow us potentially to be able to do that. And so it is a one-off at this point. I don't think anyone else has done this, but it would not surprise me in the slightest if this didn't become something that MML would rise to, because we cannot possibly be the only city in this situation. So that's the purpose of this, and so you have those resolutions in front of you. They are, or at least I think you do. I know I emailed out the resolution. So
the first resolution is right behind the notice.
Yes.
Separate resolutions on the back.
Okay. All right. Good. So both of those. Any questions about that? You want to talk about it at all? Of course you do, Alderman. Please go right ahead.
Well, it's in specific the area question. Area we have a problem with is the Clayton Village Water Association.
That's the most
in the east, in the new annex area. Yes. On the east side of the city.
Yes.
And their inability to provide water service to any unique customers.
Correct.
And my question is, the mayor and the board consider why don't we even name him in this thing?
Because there may be other water associations that might find themselves in that situation.
Well, we could take them, I mean, I don't know, we could take them on a case-by-case basis, because we've been able to work cooperatively with Bluefield and some of these other systems and absorb those systems. This is one where the system is out of capacity. I don't know whether they've got the means to be able to, expand or whatever. But I mean, I don't know. I mean, I would be for being named them specifically. And the other thing I wanted to ask was, when we say supplemental, what do we mean by us going in and maybe we get Mr. Kent? I know you have an idea, and Mr. Kent can be more specific about how do we supplement them or supplement the area to be able to provide the service. And I mean, do we put the water lines in and just take on the customers and don't get paid for it because we legally can't get paid for it? What's supplemental?
My vision is that we would work with them in some kind of way so that we could use their assets, just like we did Bluefield, just like we did Old West Point Road. So I think supplemental is to either assist them in some kind of way, if that's what it works best for us and for them. My understanding is that most of their assets, their water tower is inside the city limits. So I think there are some details to be worked out, but this was a recommendation based on Representative Robertson's language in his local and private, which I do not have in hand because I don't think he had finalized it yet, but this was based on that.
I'm just saying, I was just going, I know, because you and I had a conversation about this before, that if we put a water main out there right now down the middle of Highway 182, that's at our cost, and our utility customers, if we do. I mean, our utility customers inside city limits bear the cost of that to the end of the city limits of where that water main goes to provide fire protection. And not a single customer, because it's certificated for Clayton Village right now, can be hooked up to it until something like what you're proposing is being done. So I support that 100%. And I guess I don't see any problem with it being all encompassing of all waters. How many other water systems are we talking about besides?
We have Trim Cane, we have Rock Hill Water Association, and we have Talking Warrior. So that's the only three, right? Other three?
I believe Trim King
Is that outside the city
I believe
limits?
it's outside.
So we're just serving them a supplemental,
We provide them bulk water.
Bulk water.
All of the water. that they
so.
Your attorney, what was it, to make our case any stronger, we say Clayton Village specific. That's this area that's really in question. We need.
I don't know that it's just gonna be Clayton Village
Well,
when
I
it's
don't-
said and
I don't
done.
think
Well,
it is.
what's it, there's a little small system on East Lee Boulevard, right? That's a,
Well, but they're
not,
served.
not part of that.
No, and they're served.
By MSU.
They're fully served, yes. So that's
And
not
they're
an
not an
issue.
issue with us.
But
They're not
Talking
an
Warrior's a
issue.
little bit of a problem down
Yeah.
south.
Well,
on 20.
it is, which is the reason I didn't want to call one out, besides the fact that I think that the all-encompassing language is more appropriate for our long-term future.
But the supplemental part of it is we don't know how we would supplement those systems. But we do know this, if it's not change certification or change in the territory, whatever like that, any supplementation of those systems that we do will be at our call, at our city's call. Certainly to our benefit, because if we don't get a business, if we can't supplement, we don't get a business, that kind of thing. But we won't have anybody out there. I mean, a motel wouldn't pay us for water if there was supplemental things, would we? Or how would that work?
If we were to do this, I think the supplement would be something we would work out, because they would be required to serve, and if they used us to help serve, then certainly we would be recompensed for our costs, because we're not going to give it, we're not going to supplement the Water Association without reimbursement. They're making their own revenue. So I would think that we would, whatever we work out would be appropriate. Yes, ma'am.
And I think Trim Cane is the proper example there, where we sell them water to the Water Association, and they in turn sell to their customers. And that's how Bluefield worked before it was absorbed into the system. And using Bluefield as an example, no matter how cooperative you want the process to be, it isn't always cooperative, and sometimes it can take a very long time to get to the end of a resolution there. So this, I think, allows things to move a little more quickly, and I think Alderman Moreland is absolutely right. It's probably not the last time this comes up.
I would like it to be one of those things that we resolve by virtue of this, so that we aren't finding ourselves faced with this again. Alderman Vaughn.
Is there any other areas without water other than Clay Village?
At this point, I don't know of any that are, there may be some that are underserved, but there are not any that are not served. And at this point, Clayton Village is the one who no longer can hook up any new customers.
We know San Hill and other road prepared to get served.
Well, no, they've got water. No, we're talking about water, not sewer. This is strictly water. Yeah, this is strictly water. So, and Sand Road, we are working toward with the CDBG. So, okay.
You want to include sewer on this too?
No, no. One issue at a time, please.
I don't have any issue.
Okay, all right. Anything?
Approval?
I'm sorry, yes, I do need a motion. This is a meeting, so.
Move approval.
Okay, I have a motion from Alderman Sistrunk. Do I have a second?
Second, okay.
I heard from Alderman Brooks, so any other discussion? All right, all those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? All right, motion carries. With that, second one is the STAG grant, and we have John Cunningham here from Neil Schaefer. Would you mind giving us a little bit?
Okay.
There's a nice distinction between water, drinking water, and what was the other one? Drinking water and the clean water, so.
Wastewater.
Mr. Cunningham is the one who is recommending that we move forward with this resolution for the STAG grant. So if you would be so kind.
Thank you, Mayor. So we've been conducting the water system evaluation on y'all's behalf, working with Edward and his team, and have been through that side of things, and I'll just keep it as brief as possible here today, but certainly ask any questions. But your system the water system, as far as wells go, y'all got 7 active wells. 3 of them are in the 40 to 50 year old range. And all of them are needing some repair to some degree. From a capacity standpoint, and let me back up. The wells are running on the south side, Montgomery and Academy area is running over the allowed 12-hour time. So they're averaging more than 12 hours a day. So they're a little overloaded at times, and so taking other wells down or trying to make repairs and things like that can stress the system. And so what we're recommending at this time is to go forward with first step being a new well, and that'll be a water treatment plant to treat the iron and manganese in the water, like y'all already got 3 plants, you know. And so that'd be the first step, followed with another well, and that'll keep y'all in line with capacity requirements with the Department of Health going forward. And it will include some of the repairs that are needed on both the wells and the water treatment plants as part of this too.
Okay, and the study that y'all have been doing, we're going to take up the wastewater treatment plant study that Garb did for us here at our work session, but the study that y'all have been doing is how far along?
Well, we're trying to wrap it up, and we'll
Okay.
be coming back to y'all here soon with doing the same thing. Yes.
Okay.
So I'd say we're 80-85% done.
Okay, and so with recommendations and details and all that sort of thing, not unlike the wastewater treatment plant study?
What's that?
Not unlike the wastewater
right.
treatment plant study?
Right.
Okay, timeline for all of the things necessary to bring us where we want to go?
That's
Take
right.
us where we want to go?
We'll have that, that's in there too.
Okay, all right. Thank you. Maybe pull it out. Any questions of Mr. Cunningham, Mr. Beatty?
Mr. Cunningham, and I guess to Mr. Kemp too, what is our average water usage a day? We said, is it 2.5, what do we use a day in City Star?
About 4.3 million gallons.
So what's running through the wastewater thing is approximately what we're using, but we're taking on Mississippi State. I mean, or what, I noticed that the average daily, I got confused on that monthly daily thing, was 4.2 million gallons per day or something like that, for average of daily, and then there's a 6 point something.
For peak, or kind of a peaking factor.
So we're about what we're pumping out and utilizing is being treated, but then that doesn't include what MSU's seeing.
Right, and understand too that not everything that's pumped is going
Ends
to
up
the
being
waste
treated.
system. It could be irrigation, we could have losses. So it's actually the amount that is potable that's going through the structure, commercial business, and then is being rerouted back toward the wastewater plant.
And during the night, we build our tanks up and we utilize, what's peak time for us? Early morning,
Well, morning and evening.
what do we draw down to at that point in time? What capacity are we in say, storage capacity?
Depends on the tank, right?
Right.
But I mean, throughout our whole system, I mean, we're drawing all,
They're
Well,
not
we're seeing more.
we're drawing all down at the same time, right?
Well, it can vary a little bit with the way we're seeing things with students and all on the east and south side. It's the growth of all the center. There's kind of, those tanks over there can do a little bit different variation with some of that.
We don't want to get out into serious range where we're gonna need another water tank pretty quick, pretty soon.
No.
We'll outline that in the plan, but I think we're 15 plus years away from
Mhm.
recommendation of the new tank.
Appreciate you.
Okay. MSU has their own well, their own tank, right?
They don't
They
say.
got 2
Yeah.
tanks and 4 wells.
Yeah, okay, that's what I thought. So
Mhm.
anything that's flowing from them from a water standpoint is theirs.
That's right.
It's the
That's
wastewater that comes.
But there was a discrepancy in what our average per day was about what we're utilizing. Mr. Kemp answered when he said that not everything we pump out of the ground used ends up with the wastewater
That's
treatment,
right.
so
That's
being
right.
treated.
That's right.
Okay, all right. Any other
The probability of getting this grant, I mean, is it,
Well, I think it's pretty good. I
Good.
mean, we already got some this in this area
Okay.
this year. May take another year before we see anything, the way they moved before.
Okay.
So,
Well, the one, you're talking about the one Ottawa County got that we
Mhm.
pushed for them? Well, for us and them, the Bluefield one, we got the 1.9, I believe it was.
Right.
To improve the water lines over on Bluefield.
Right. Okay.
So hopefully we'll continue to be benefactors or benefactors, or if they're largesse, we'll see.
well, the growth rate
Beneficiaries.
seems strong, so,
Yes, yes, and one of the few areas in the state that is.
that's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
What is the cost of a well? I don't know that.
Well, with the plant and new plant and well, we're looking around $5 million.
Okay.
That includes the transmission
Right.
piping to connect it. back
Which
to
we
the
may
system.
be able, we'll have to look at that, but that includes a large diameter supply line for the
Okay,
well.
okay.
What's the depth of these wells in this part of the state?
They're around 1,100 feet.
We get into what they call it, Alabama, what's that acronym?
It is a Gordo.
Gordon.
Yes, sir.
What is a new well, what is it, what would pump, what's the GPM on
About
those?
1,100, 1,200 gallons a minute.
Is there a particular location that
Well,
you're going to be recommending, or is that part of your
Something
study?
to look at, a little harder, but we're thinking it's going to be more on the east to south side of things. so.
Okay. All right.
Is there a match with these grants?
80/20.
80/20? Okay. And those would be enterprise funds
Yeah.
for that match?
Yeah, well, it's like the STAG grant that we
Right.
got for the other,
Right.
and are going for a new one,
Right.
for the wastewater treatment.
Right.
But 80/20 is better than
Oh,
100% of us doing it.
absolutely, absolutely.
Some of our wells are at the basic tanks, right? Any of
Yes,
ours are basic tank, and the treatment's right above that. We pump, treat, nail it right at that.
That's
that
right,
well.
Bluefield, Curry, and Parkdale, they're right there at the time.
This won't be, we'll be away from the whole thing. But we treat it at site, the other treatment site.
Right.
No
Thank you.
clue.
Excuse me, I'm sorry. Thank you so much.
you.
Appreciate it. All right, need a motion for this one as well, please.
Who approved?
All right, thank you, Alderman Brooks. Second?
So,
Second from Alderman Beatty. All those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. So, all right, that would be 6-1, and I will, I need a motion to adjourn our special call. Yeah, I was going to say, do we all want to be here? Alderman Vaughn, do I have a second?
Second?
Thank you, Alderman Sistrum. All those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? We are in adjournment for the special call, and the work session, in accordance with our agenda, will start at 11 o'clock, so everyone could get something, and we've got pizza coming, so this one will be a little bit more relaxed.
I think the